Hi friends, welcome to episode 96 of the Quirky Monday Craftcast. My name is Kalisha and you can find me anywhere online as Nadira Tani. I am coming to you today from my home in Central Florida, and today is Wednesday, September 11th. So yes, if you are a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for coming to spend some time with me. I really do appreciate that, especially on days like today, because I wanted to have this all filmed and done hours ago. But anxiety took me on a little detour from the plans that I had written down for today. And here we are. But anyway, yeah, that's everything for who I am. Thank y'all for being here. Admin. I only have one bit of admin today, and that is just reminding you that the BIPOC Make-Along is still running until November 4th. That particular Make-Along is being hosted by Elisabeth Desamour of Desamour Designs and the BIPOC Makers Project. I did want to reiterate the rules for entry, or for qualifying for prizes. So I have been hearing, we watch all the different podcasts and everything like that, and I've heard on a couple podcasts that people are saying that to participate you can do either a BIPOC design or use BIPOC yarn, and that's not the way that the Make-Along was originally set up. So in order to properly qualify for prizes, you have to do a BIPOC designed pattern. You can use whatever kind of yarn you want. Of course, using a BIPOC yarn would be really awesome, because then you'd be bringing awareness to that designer as well as that indie dyer. But the point of this particular Make-Along is to put more eyes and hands on BIPOC designed patterns. There are weekly prizes being drawn for this Make-Along. So at the end of each week, Elisabeth goes through and chooses a winner for prizes. There's two ways that you can enter. You can either enter on Instagram by using the hashtag, which is hashtag BIPOCMal2019, or you can go to the Desamour Designs Facebook group and enter over there. The hashtag would have been on the screen. There is a link to the Facebook group in the down bar. All that being said, I am the prize sponsor for this week. These are the bags that are up for grabs. There is a medium and a small space-themed Quirky Monday Crafts bag. These are the ones that are up for grabs this week. So if you are participating, may the odds be ever in your favor. Yeah, I really, really like this fabric. I need to make myself a bag out of this fabric. And what I like the most about this is that there are real constellations on here. It bugs me to no end when there is a constellation fabric and none of them are actual constellations. They're just like random spots with lines drawn between them. Oh, that is so frustrating for me. Yeah. Fun. Anyway, let me just not get dragged out to space right now. Oh, stay on the planet, Kalisha. Stay on Earth. We're just gonna put that out there too. We're not surprised. Okay. So yeah, BIPOC Make-Along, must use BIPOC designed patterns. Those bags are the prizes that are up for grabs this week. That is everything for admin. So let's jump on in to finished objects. And I think I only have one, Checking the notes. Yes. I only have one finished object, and it is this. This hat is a pattern that I designed. It is called the Orion Mesh Beanie. I worked this up yesterday because a user on Instagram, her name is J Crochet. Yes. She made a blue version of my Orion slouchy beanie. That's not what it's called. When I first wrote up the pattern, it was called the Orion slouch beanie, but then I renamed it the Orion mesh beanie, and now my brain doesn't know how to handle life. So she did a blue version of the Orion mesh beanie out of Lion Brand jeans yarn, and it was so pretty. And I looked at it and I was like, oh man, I want to make a hat out of the jeans yarn because it's a really, really soft yarn, 100% acrylic, so thumbs up for natural hair. And so I did. This is the colorway Jumpsuit, I think it's Jumpsuit. And it's like a pinky red, which I really, really like. It's super soft, like I said. I did a ton of modifications to my own pattern to make this hat. So I went up half a hook size, and then I made the large size. So the actual body of the hat is bigger than it originally would have been. I added in two extra rows for length. Then what did I do? I added in 2 extra rows for length. Then I went down back down to the regular hook size to do the brim. Then I realized I needed to make it smaller even still. So I went another size down. Finished the whole hat and realized the brim was still too big. So my head fits the medium size hat. So then I had to like rip the brim out and decrease down till it fit my head. Which I ended up doing a decrease every third stitch. So I would do 2 single crochets and then single crochet 2 together. And I did that around the brim, which brought it in enough for that so that it fits me like the medium would fit. But yeah, that's something that I really like about being confident in your skill set, is that you can make something and then decide that you want to change it or that you would like to modify something. And if you understand what end you need to get to, you can use your existing skills or the things that you've learned to get to that point without having to start the whole project over again. So I put in, there's a whole lot of extra space really in this beanie. So there's lots of space for my hair to grow, which is what I love in a hat, because this is actually like my preferred hat shape. Yeah, this is how I like my hats to be, a glorified hairnet. Anyway, so that's my only finished object. Let's go on to works in progress. And I have 3. The first is a test crochet that I'm doing for Elisabeth Desamour, who is Desamour Designs. This pattern is called the high-low sweater, and I have finished the front panel, which looks like this. And this, I'm doing the 2XL. So yeah, that is the high going down to the low in the middle there. I have started on the back panel, which is so far just straight back and forth, and I'm probably this far into it, so I've got quite a bit to go on there. And there's really not much else to say. I don't think that, like, the fun doesn't start until you get these big pieces, like the big flat panels out of the way, and then you get to join and add sleeves and ribbing and all that good stuff. So I'm just trying to power through the back and forth forever. The other work in progress I have is the corner to corner traveling blanket, which is over on the couch right now. I was working on it the other day, and someone in like the history of this traveling blanket put all of these like dryer scent beads in it, and it was so overwhelmingly scented that I was having a hard time, sitting there and working on it. So I did lay it out on the back of my couch, out of the reach of the dogs, but laid it out on the back of the couch so that it could air out a little bit. But I think I'm 2.5 rows in, and I measured the rows the other day, and they're a solid 8 feet. Solid. And each little corner to corner brick is that long. Pray church. So what I have been doing, because I don't want, like, I'm the kind of person that if I have a long distance to go, I don't like being able to see the end. I don't like seeing like, oh, I have to walk a whole mile. Nope. I'm going to be like, I have to walk to that tree. Then I'm going to walk to the next tree, like little bits. That's me. So what I've been doing is keeping the blanket kind of scrunched up like this, and all of the finished blanket in the plastic bag it came in, and just working on the little bits that are right in front of me. Because if I stretch that thing out looking at 8 feet of crochet, I might not make it, y'all. I might not. Plus, the other day, it was legitimately 80 degrees at midnight. 80. Why? The sun is not even out. Come on, Florida. Seriously? Seriously? I'm just saying. Get it together. It's September. It's not going to get it together until like January. I don't know why I'm even fussing about this anymore. I know what the drill is. I know what the deal is. Endless summer, just like the license plates say. So my next work in progress is Nellie the Gnome from the pattern Oh Gnome You Didn't by Sarah Skira, who has also imagined landscapes. Now, if you are participating in this, it is a mystery knit along. It's my first mystery knit along. I was a little bit nervous about what order I picked these colors in, and I'm kind of second guessing myself right now, but I'm committed, so I'm not changing it. So basically, I think the first clue came out this past Saturday. The second clue came out yesterday, and then I think the third clue comes out this coming Saturday. Something like that. But if you're participating, spoiler alert. Yeah, skip forward a bit. You have to, okay, for this make along, or for this pattern, you choose 4 colors. And I was trying to figure out, I was going through my my leftovers and minis basket to figure out what I wanted this gnome, like what colors I wanted to use for this gnome. And I saw like one of the mini little Grinch things that I have. I have a little Grinch ornament, and I was like, why don't I make this gnome Grinch themed? That made all the sense to me. So because I'm doing a Grinch themed gnome, I have it living in my Grinch bag with my little Grinch keychain on it with a pin that says naughty, because he's naughty. And I also have the Max keychain with the pin on him that says nice, because Max is nice. So yes, I am 1/3 of the way through clue 2. And I did look at the spoilers because I'm that person. I was just like, I don't even understand what I'm making right now, and I'm nervous. So I am one of those people that will look at the spoilers. I also read the plot summaries of movies on Wikipedia. That is who I am. Although I did spoil myself on the, what was the name of that? The Divergent series, because I read all of the plots and then I got to the end plot and I was like, oh man, that happens. Well, now I'm not going to watch the movie. That's the only thing that I legitimately spoiled myself on. Anything else, I'm going to watch it anyway, or I'm going to read it anyway. So these are the colors that I'm using for Nellie the Grinchy Gnome. This is color 1, color 2, 3, and 4. So it is quite Grinchy. I did the yellow because in the movie, when the Grinch, like when he's like the mean Grinch, his eyes are yellow, but then when his heart grows 3 sizes and he like realizes the real meaning of Christmas, then his eyes turn blue because he's nice. And I was like, oh man, should I do like yellow for his mean eyes or blue for his nice eyes? His eyes were yellow during the Mr. Grinch song, and that song is my jam. So he's a mean one. Sometimes I'm a little tiny itsy bitsy, microscopic bit embarrassed with my love of the Grinch. Sometimes. And then it passes. So, oh, I guess I should tell you what these yarns are. This is Deborah Norville Serenity Sock. I think it's called like soft white. This is Ba Manhattan, which is 30% cashmere, 70% merino. I made my mom a hat out of this, and these are the leftovers. The color is Burmese Ruby. What are you? Did I dye you? Yes. Yes. This is just some green yarn that I dyed. So more than likely, this is also Deborah Norville Serenity Sock in soft white that I dyed. And this is Yarn Cafe Creations in the Dance With Me Beast colorway on their 75-25 merino nylon base. I knit a pair of socks out of this. This actually used to be a sock. And what sock was it? It was the Flying North socks, I think. But they were too big. Don't know why. But like when I wore them, they would like fall down. So I ripped them out. So I have 2 balls of this. I ripped them out, and my plan was to just like re-knit a pair of vanilla socks. But obviously that hasn't happened because it's been sitting in the ball like this for at least a year. So it's getting reclaimed. So that is my Grinch color scheme. And this is as far as I have gotten in the pattern. This looks 18 kinds of crazy, y'all. Let me hold it right here so you can see it. That's it. So per the spoilers, I'm making a hat, and there will be 3 of these like spiky bits. I'm set up to do the second spike here, and then the 3rd spike is held here. The pattern is written to be used or to be knit on double pointed needles, but double pointed needles low-key terrify me, so I'm doing it magic loop and just making it work as I go along. And of course, keeping with the theme, just in case I forget who this gnome is supposed to be, it's gonna be the Grinch. Fingers crossed. Watch like me have put the wrong colors all kinds of ways and it come out something crazy like with a red face and a green outfit or something like that. And I'd be like, seriously? I almost ripped this out because I wanted the hat to be red. And then I was like, you know what, Kalisha, no, go with it. So what I think I'm going to do is do little red pom-poms on the end. I don't even know what the rest of this thing looks like, but Grinchy Nelly is going to have little red pom-poms on the end of her little hat. And that's it. I don't really have any commentary on the pattern yet because it hasn't had me doing anything crazy. This is the first time that I have, this is the first time I've knit an I-cord, which was pretty cool. I was like, oh, that's how you do an I-cord? That is so easy. So yeah, I'm gonna finish that this evening probably, and yeah, I'm really enjoying this little idea, and I think I'm loving it so much because I made it Grinch themed, and I really hope my colors are in the right order. I really hope they are. This mystery knit along stuff is stressful. How do you guys do this? I can't. So oh dude, I have more. I have another work in progress that I forgot about. Oh, look at me. So, living here in one of my Harry Potter bags, I am knitting a vanilla sock. Yep. I would just like to point out the treachery that evidently is my life. Do you see where this needle ends and where this one picks up? Yes, friends, that is about a third of the stitches that this needle has just ripped out of. Okay, it's fine. I'm just gonna pick them up real quick.
Oh no, they're dropping.
So I managed to pick up most of the stitches. There is one that dropped, but I think I'm gonna pick that up on the next, like on the way back around, because I don't feel like tinking back over to that drop stitch. But this is the, why am I trying to remember? I have the thing right here. This is the Mani Petty yarn by Lion Brand, and this is the colorway Crew. And I really like how it's knitting up. It's kind of like a grungy rainbow. And I cast these on because we went to see a comedy show over the weekend, and I didn't have any vanilla knitting. So I cast these on real quick. But I wanted to be a little bit fancy, so I did. Can you even see them? Let me put my hand in here. Maybe you can see it then. No? So you can't see this at all? That's fine. Nope. Help! I need an adult. This is one of my stash positions I'll tell you about. Let's see. Can you see it now? Haha! Yes, I put a row of eyelets in there because I want it to be fancy. So yeah, did a row of eyelets and then knit stockinette. Really I like the colors. I like how dark they are. Yeah. The yarn is pretty good. As you saw, it's pretty sticky because only God knows when that needle came out of there. And it's just been chilling in my project bag, and I've been putting stuff in the bag and taking stuff out, which is probably how the needles got snatched out to begin with. But anyway, putting stuff in, taking stuff out. I had these yarns in there as well, and only one of those stitches dropped down. So pretty cool, pretty sticky. Really like it. So originally I was going to split the 50-gram ball and then use contrast heels and toes to do one pair of socks, but then I decided I wanted to do longer socks than that would allow me to. So I just kept on knitting. And I think I'm at about 60 rows for the leg now. And I'm going to put in a contrast heel, then knit the foot and see how much is left. I'll probably have enough to do the foot and the toe in this yarn and not have to do a contrast toe. And then have a little bit of this left over for, I don't know, something else. But that just means I need to go back to Joann's and get myself another ball and hope that I find one in the same lot number. Chances of that, very low. Very low. It's fine. But yeah, I just want to knit. I'm just going to knit across this lest I lose these stitches again. Did I just say across? Oh my gosh, who am I? What can I say about this yarn? It's not, I mean, it's your run-of-the-mill 75-25. So it's 75% superwash wool and 20% or 25%, I think it's polyamide. Yeah. 75% superwash wool and 25% polyamide. So yeah, these will be chucked in the laundry, wash and dry because I live that life. No, I don't. These will be chucked in the laundry to wash. I do wash my socks in the washing machine and then I hang them to dry because that just makes me feel better on the inside. I dried them in the dryer once and they came out fine. So, but no need to tempt fate, right? No need. So that's everything that I have for works in progress. And in just a moment, we will go on to maker plans. One moment, please. Talk amongst yourselves as I finish knitting. And of course, since I'm knitting on camera, like I'm missing stitches and it's fine. So where's that drop stitch actually? There it is. Oh, 2 of them dropped. Okay. I'm gonna pick these up real quick. Just one. I always feel so good about myself when I'm able to fix my knitting and not panic. Yay me. So everything's fixed. We're good now. Hooray. Is there anything else I want to say about these? Oh, I'm just knitting my regular go-to sock recipe, which is a 2.25 millimeter needle, 64 stitches, and that gives me a gauge of about, I think, 8 stitches per inch. I always do a German twisted cast on and then 20 rows of 2x2 ribbing. The leg, I fluctuate depending on how long I want the sock to be. So it'll be anywhere from 40 to, I think the longest leg I've ever done was 80 rows. Yes, so anywhere from 40 to 80 rows. And then I'm going to do a short row wrap and turn heel. And then I knit the foot, typically with my gauge and like a general run-of-the-mill yarn. The length of my foot before the heel or before the toe is 72 rows. And then I do what I lovingly refer to as Callie's rounded toe. And yeah, it's basically a rounded toe pattern that has that I've modified the number of even rows between the decreases so that it fits my foot. That's everything with that. Oh, and then I do a Kitchener stitch at the end. Is there anything fun in this bag to show you guys? Not at all. Okay, so that is the last work in progress. Maker plans. So this yarn was hanging out in that bag. It's probably this yarn's fault that needle got pulled out. But I have decided that I need to kick myself in the tush with pattern writing and releasing and all that stuff. So a long time ago, I can still remember. Anyway, I wrote this pattern called the Camp Hawthorne Socks. And Camp Hawthorne is a campground that my church goes to during the summer, and we like have church up at camp, and it's called Camp Hawthorne. And I think the first year that I went there, I was knitting on a sock, and then I had one of my stitch dictionaries with me, and I was like, I want to come up with something. Like, I want to do something that's not just a vanilla sock. So I went through there, and I found this eyelet faux cable that I really liked. So I came up with this little sock pattern, and it's got 2 rows of eyelet faux cables, and I think all the rest is just stockinette. So I wrote up this pattern and knit one sock, like one pair of socks, and that's all she wrote. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna release it one day. And years and years later, I have not released it. I hadn't even typed it up. So one of the things that I am focusing on during the BIPOC Mal is to get at least one pattern released. I say one to give myself wiggle room, but unspoken, I want to get at least 2 patterns released by the end of the make-along, which is completely doable. Absolutely, completely doable. I just need to stay on top of myself with getting it done, actually doing it. And yeah, so I decided, because primarily, I don't know where my first pair of Camp Hawthorne socks are. I don't know what I did with them. Matter of fact, I don't know where a lot of my socks are. Our sock, what do you call them? Sock gremlin? Sock elf? He's eating well, and he's eating my hand knit socks, or he's hiding them away somewhere. There's probably like a tiny shrine to Socktopia, the goddess of the sock, somewhere in my house, and it's got just all of my the single commercial socks that you lose in the dryer. It's probably made of those and dryer lint, and then as special gifts to the goddess are my hand knit socks that have gone and disappeared, and they're probably folded up at the bottom of this shrine in the back of some closet. And our sock gremlin is just like bowing down and paying homage to this sock goddess. I haven't had any coffee today, guys, I promise. But anyway, because I'm crying, I don't know what's wrong with me. Because those socks have been missing in action, I've decided that I need a new pair. This is Deborah Norville Serenity sock in the sky blue colorway. I've had this in my stash for a very, very long time, so it's about time that I cast these on. I did start this pattern in a neighborhood fiber co yarn, which was really, really pretty. And what's it called? Scottsboro, I think. I'll put in a picture. But I did the ribbing in that yarn and started the leg pattern, but the variegation in it kind of ate up the texture in the pattern, so I didn't want that to happen. So solid yarn it is. But yeah, that's everything for maker plans. I don't have anything else on the maker plan front because test crochet, giant blanket, sock pattern. Yeah. So let's go on to stash acquisitions. And I'm gonna lean back. I randomly just got out of breath. I don't know what's up with that. Anywho, stash acquisitions. Let's talk about the one that you guys saw earlier. So I got feet. I'm very excited about these feet. So I one of the holdups that I find, I'm going to put this foot down. One of the holdups that I find that gets me a lot is wanting things to be just so when it comes to my pattern designs, or matter of fact, when it comes to anything, wanting things to be just so. And if it's not just so, I have a hard time being like, okay, then it's fine. Like the whole idea of done is better than perfect. Sometimes I can get down with that. Most times I cannot. So I have a pattern that is written, tested, like essentially ready to go, formatted and everything. All I was waiting on were pictures. And it's my, see, it's been so long, I can't even think of the name of the pattern right now. My L-Tannin socks. So I even took pictures of these socks on my feet to put into the pattern. And I just didn't like how it looked. Like it felt like not bad. Like the pictures were not bad, but my expectations of myself are like this high, and it didn't live up to my expectations. So because of that, the pattern is just chilling. So I was like, you know what, Kalisha, just go ahead and buy yourself some mannequin feet, and then you can take all the pictures of the socks you want. Like I even Googled how to take nice pictures of socks on your own feet. Just go buy some mannequin feet. So at the beginning, yes, it was at the beginning of July, I ordered a pair of mannequin feet on Amazon, and it was like free shipping. So I was like, cool. But it was shipping from China. So I was like, okay, it's fine. And they put like the delivery as essentially any time in the month of August. So I thought, okay, that's fine. I'll just wait until those get here. They're on their way. It's cool. The end of their estimated delivery time came. The next day, I get an email from Amazon saying, we're updating your delivery. If you don't get your package by Friday, check back with the seller or something like that. Friday came and went, and a couple more days. So then I checked on Amazon again, and it's like, your package is probably lost. That was it. So irritating. So I submitted for a refund, and I think I'm still waiting for that refund to come through. Actually, it's probably come through, fingers crossed. Anyway, so I went and I bought these, and like I spent more to get these than the original one, but it's fine. I'm okay with it because they're really good. I like them, and they have a magnetic bottom. I'm saying they because there's 2 feet, but fun enough, they only send one metal base to go with them, so I have to find another like piece of metal to be the base for the other foot. But I'm really excited. So now I'll be able to take pictures of my sock designs and not feel like they don't look good. So be expecting sock patterns from Kalisha. Quirky Monday Crafts socks coming at you. So yeah. The next thing in stash positions are some stitch markers that I got from La Serena Tejera. Knit and Crochet Notions con Sabor Latinx. Can you see that? Yes, you can. I love that logo. That's like really cool. But here they are. Aren't they cute? Look at their little faces. So I came across this company when I was browsing. I think I saw them on the BIPOC Makers Instagram page. And I was scrolling down and I saw them and I thought those were like really, really cute. And not only do they do the polymer clay like people faces, they also had Latin foods. There There were beans and tacos and a particular kind of cookie that I don't remember the name of, but they were really, really cute. So, trying to get them out of here so you can see them up close with no glare. Look at those little ladies. They're so cute. Yeah, I'm going to probably attach lobster clasps to both of them so that I can use them on my knitting and crocheting. But yeah, I really like them. I like them. They're just so stinking cute. I can't handle it. I cannot handle it. But yeah. Hi guys, it's editing day, Kalisha, and I wanted to refilm the section where I was showing the things that I got from Hobium yarn, because I really didn't like the lighting that was going on. So we're gonna do it again. Luckily I haven't started working with any of these things yet, so they're in their original packaging. So yeah, Hobium Yarns is a company that's based in Turkey, and it's a yarn, basically a yarn company that you can get a variety of different types of yarn, tools, notions, all kinds of things like that. They reached out to me a couple weeks ago asking if I wanted to collaborate with them and try out some of their products. Of course, I said yes, because I love trying new things. And I got this box in the mail. I think it was at the beginning of this week. I'm not sure. The hurricane threw me off. I'm not even entirely sure what days were what. But when I got the box, well, actually, let's talk a little bit more about Hobium. So they sent me some details about their company. So the first thing that is listed is that they pride themselves in having super fast shipping, which I can completely attest to, because when this box was delivered, I was not expecting to have it that quickly. I think it came in like a few days. It was not. When I think of something coming from Turkey or coming from overseas, or even coming from like the other, not even the other side of America, Delaware, that's all on the same coast, I think, okay, that's going to take, 5 to 7 days maybe. This box came so fast, I was confused when I opened the door and the dude was like, I need you to sign for this. So they do have super fast shipping. There is a 20% discount that you can get on your first order, which is always really good, like new customer perks, right? There is free shipping for any order over $150 USD, and that's in Europe and North America. And then whenever you place an order $50 or more, you get one of these bags. And this is their Hobium tote bag. On the front, it's got this super cute fox. And on the back, it says, all you knit is love. So they did send me 2 of these. They sent me hands. They sent me 2 of these. So I'm going to be putting one of these in my prize box for a future giveaway or make along or something like that. And yeah. Do you want to see the yarns? Of course you do. So first, we'll start out with the wool. So one of the segments in their, like on their website was, I think it was felting wool. And I'm the kind of person that I tend to look at products as more than what they're marketed for. So this is the wool that I got, and I have 5 little cakes of it, and each one of these is 50 grams. This is the, I think Kartopu is like the brand of this, like this particular fiber, because there's a couple different products on their site that all say Kartopu. So I think Kartopu is like the brand, and then there's different products underneath that. But that's the name of the felt. And this is marketed as a needle felting felt. It's 100% wool. Yes, 100% wool, and each one of these little cakes is 50 grams. I was pretty certain, I'm pretty certain that you can spin this. So when I saw it as, you know, for needle felting, I looked at it and thought, I'm sure that I can draft it out and spin a pretty good yarn from it. One of the things that I also want to do with this, so I'm probably going to split it. So I'll do 100 grams and just spin it straight like this, and then another 100 grams and blend it with some of the needle felting wool that I've seen in, I think I saw it in Michael's and Hobby Lobby. So just kind of playing around, trying to find inexpensive ways of hand spinning. Because I know with all of these hobbies like this, the price can skyrocket. So one thing I liked about Hobium is that their prices are very low. So you can try different fibers, you can try different techniques and things like that without breaking the bank. So that's my plan, just slinging around this little piece of wool. But that's my plan with this. And of course you guys will go along with me on that adventure. I'm kind of excited to see how that goes. The next thing that they sent me is this. This is the, I think it's called Etrafil. Oh, it's organic. I missed that the first time I recorded this. But this is Etrafil organic. I'm not even going to try the rest of those words. But this is Puzzle. This is one of those cake yarns that changes one strand at a time. So I believe it's a 4-ply. Let's see. Oh no, it's a 3-ply. I think. No, it's a 4-ply. So it's a 4-ply yarn, and each ply changes color one at a time so that you get this gradient effect. And I believe that this is the colorway that I have right here. So this gives me 250 grams, which is 1,000 meters or 1,093 yards. It's 55% organic cotton and 45% anti-pilling acrylic. So yeah, you know, I had to go with the greens because I'm Kalisha. Y'all know. Who's up next? Next we have, this is the only wool blend yarn that I got. This is Gazal Knitting Club Arctic. It is 48% merino, 25% polyamide, and 27% polyacryl. These are 50-gram balls with 300 meters, I believe was what that says. And as you saw, I have 3 of them. So this is the color, this really, really beautiful sunshine yellow. And you can't really tell in the light, but it's kind of shimmery. It's not sparkly like if it was Stellina, but it's ever so delicately shimmery, which I think is really cool. Yeah, so I might make some socks out of this. Not sure, but I just love that color. It's so bright. So yeah, that's the only one that I had that was wool anything. One of the things I really wanted to focus on, since I had the opportunity to try some different yarns, was to go and get some more plant-based fibers. So I got these. Oop. And these are both by the brand Lamia. This one is 100% bamboo. So this is the Lamia Premium Hand Knitting Yarn Bamboo. And that's what the label looks like. And this is just a bright orange. This is Gigi orange. So if you watch Gigi Made It, This is her GG orange. But each one of these is a 50-gram ball, and they're 125 yards or 115 meters in each one. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get some kind of like tank top situation out of this if I have enough, maybe short little cap sleeves. But yeah, that's what I want to go for with this. And then the other one I got is also Lamia, and this is the Lamia Cottony, and this is 100% cotton, and there's the label for that. And these are also 50-gram balls, 120 meters or 130 yards per ball. Does it say what it's classed as? This is classed as a number 3, which is roughly about a DK or sport weight. This is also classed as a number 3, so about a DK or a sport weight. Visually, this one looks thicker than this one. So take those classification numbers with a grain of salt, evidently. So yeah, that is everything that I got from Hobium. Oh no, they also sent me a couple like sparkly buttons. That is everything that I got from Hobium yarn. There will be a link down below. It's a unique link for the Quirky Monday Craftcast. So if you click it, it'll take you over to the website. They don't send me anything for you using that link. It's probably just to track and see how much traffic they've gotten from me mentioning their company on here. They also had other yarn brands, like I believe there was a Regia yarn on there, and then other types of sock yarns. They had a few different brands of, or not brands, a few different styles of sock yarn on their site. At the time I went on there, a lot of the colorways were sold out. But once they restock, there is a lot of variety on there. Another thing I did was I took a look at the shipping options, because since they do the 2-day shipping, I wanted to see what the cost was. 2-day worldwide shipping. I wanted to see what the cost was. And the way they've broken it down is they have 4 different zones, and each zone has a like shipping rate. Right now they're doing a flat rate shipping. So for instance, if you live in the US, your flat rate shipping for the 2-day delivery is $19. And it's for however much you order, like however much your order total is, up to $150, and then your delivery is free. For the UK, and of course there's other countries that are listed in each one of those zones, but if you're in the UK and you order anything up to $150 US, your flat rate is $9. So it just kind of depends on where you are, and I think the rates that show on their shipping, is it shipping rates? There's a link at the bottom of the website that shows their shipping information, but it was like $9, $19, $29, and $39, I think it was. So depending on what country you're in dictates what your shipping rates are. So for me, I would think if I had a big project, right, and I knew that I was going to need a lot of a specific type of yarn, benefits I'm thinking would be the ability to order like packs, like bundles of yarn like this, and instead of paying the full price that they list for one of those, in the pack each one is discounted down a little bit. So you could essentially get a bunch of yarn for your project. If you know what you're doing and you know how much you need, ordering from a site like this could be really cool, or like really, really good for you. It would just take a little bit of thought and pre-planning, just to make sure that you get get the best bang for your buck, is what I'm saying. So as soon as I dive into this, of course, you guys will get my reactions to using the actual yarns and fibers that I received from Hobium. But yeah, check it out if you're in the market for... We're always in the market for more yarn. Am I right? I think I'm right. But yeah, so that's everything for my Hobium box. And I will send you back to past Kalisha. As always, any companies or designers or anything that I mentioned will always be down below in the description bar with links so that you can go check them out and everything like that. So that's everything I have for stash positions. We have no Kalisha and the Babe this week. I need to put something on my wheel because I have not spun probably in about a month now. Because I just have like all these other things going on, and I'm not making time for all the things that I want to make time for. So the next segment we have is just an update on Quirky Monday Crafts. This week was National Suicide Prevention Week, and as this month is Suicide Awareness Month, Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month, I wanted to do something in my realm of action ability to contribute to suicide awareness, as well as use it as a way of encouraging other people. So what I decided to do was make bags, and I talked about them in the last, I think, 2 episodes, and I did 3 designs. One says keep moving forward, I am enough, and refuse to sink. And those are 3 things that I use as encouragements for myself. I need to use I am enough more than I do. Today was definitely a preach to yourself and tell yourself that you're enough day. And I did not tell myself that I'm enough. But I have some bags that I made that I want to show you guys. So here we go. This is Keep Moving Forward. Now all of the bags are jean material like this. The majority of them are this medium blue, and then there will be 4 that are a light blue jean material. I was going from stash and this is what I had. So all the zippers are either white, cream, or yellow, and all the handles are either white, cream, or yellow. The inside of all these bags are various yellow print fabrics. No 2 bags are alike, and that will be my surprise to you. These bags are going to go up in my Etsy shop probably by this Friday, because I'm trying to get as many of them done as possible so that I can put them up together, because I feel like that'll just be easier all around. But yeah, so here's Keep Moving Forward. I am enough, and refuse to sink. As usual, all of my bags come with a little progress keeper, and I really love the flying hearts that I found, because every time I look at them, I think of myself sending love and encouragement out to you guys. So I hope that if you are to purchase one of these bags, that whenever you see that progress keeper, you think about someone who could use a little more love, and send them love and loving kindness thoughts to them, and brighten the corner where you are. So that's what all of the bags are going to look like. What else was I going to say? I did all of this embroidery at my local library in their sewing studio. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to do test swatches when you set out to do a giant project like this. Because when I first got there, I got myself set up, was like reintroducing myself to the machine and everything, and I got my fabric in there, did up my design, sent it to the embroidery machine, pressed start, and wouldn't you know, my fabric was in sideways. Yep. So I was very grateful that the fabric that I was embroidering on was not one of my final fabric cuts. So yeah, I learned a lot more from like hands-on experience with this machine. I tell you, me and this machine are going to be like this for real. I have learned to rethread that thing, like the quickness. I have learned how to put in a new bobbin without messing up the embroidery pattern. So I took it all apart, left the top thread connected, put in the new bobbin, secured it back in place, was able to go backwards through the pattern so that it would start over in the right spot. I learned how to replace the needle in that machine because, of course, the needle broke on me. It's fine. Like, I know how to use this machine. I need to get that machine. Like, whenever I get famous and I get an embroidery machine, which I low-key really want one, I'm going to have to get that same machine because now I know all of its business. But yes, I finished all of the bags that are this color are finished now. So I just have to take pictures of them, which is something else I was supposed to do this morning, but we're not going to talk about this morning because it's fine. So I have to take pictures of them and get them up in the shop. I have to take pictures of them so that they're ready to go up in the shop. So the way that this, if you're new and this is the first time you're hearing about this, the way that these bags are connecting to suicide awareness and prevention is I am using them I'm using them to help raise money. So 40% of the sale price of these bags is going to be donated to the organization To Write Love on Her Arms. And that is an organization that I really appreciate the work that they do with suicide awareness as well as mental health awareness and spreading hope to everyone. I really, really appreciate the things that they're doing. Their campaign for Suicide Awareness Month is You Make Today Better. Yes, it's You Make Today Better. And I really appreciated the campaign like slogans that they've come up with since I've been aware that this is something that they do. My favorite was stay, find out what you're made for. And that is something that I question all the time. Like, what is a Kalisha for? And I think about that a lot, you know. I don't know that I will ever find out exactly what a Kalisha is for, but in this present time, Kalisha is a person who wants very much to bring smiles to other people's faces, to encourage the people around her, to help someone else see themselves in places where they didn't think that they would see themselves. That's what Kalisha is for right now. Kalisha is for speaking up about her own experiences in hopes that it gives someone else the push to speak and accept their own experiences. Kalisha is for radiating positivity, especially on days like today when Kalisha felt like trash juice. Yeah. Also, one of their other slogans was, and so I kept living. I think that was the first one that I connected with. Like, not necessarily connected with, but definitely I did connect with that one. But that was one of the, I think that was their slogan when I was introduced to Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month being a thing. And it was, and so I kept living. And sometimes when I think back on my experiences, I think that I can really apply that one in particular. And so I kept living. Like, every day my eyes opened and I was like, okay, God, well, here I am again, still here. And I'm glad that I kept living. So I wasn't expecting to get choked up just then. Here I am crying on the internet again, guys. But if you are in a place where you are questioning whether or not to keep living, I would say, yeah. Try living one more moment, one more breath. Do one more hour, one more day, one more week, one more month, one more year. Just keep moving forward. and challenge yourself to keep living, to keep finding that one thing in that moment. And if for some reason you can't find that one thing in that one moment, that's okay. But keep pushing forward. And know that I'm out here sending out as many positive vibes as I can into the universe, and I hope that you feel them. I hope that they warm you on the inside, and you know that there's some little girl in Florida who is cheering for you. And if you are not that person and you're just like, I'm cool, I'm chill, just going on about my everyday life, be the hand that reaches out to the people around you. Be aware of the people around you, and be willing to share your positivity with other people. Like how I always say at the end of these videos, to share something positive that happened to you. Because when we share our good things, that energy is cycled, moving around all of us. And I am here for that. My words just got jumbled. I hope that you understand what my heart is trying to say. But yeah, those bags are going to be in the shop. 40% of the sale is going to go to Write Love on Her Arms. Thank you in advance for anybody who purchases these bags. Hugs to anyone who is in a dark place. Change is the only thing that is constant in the world. I firmly believe. Change is the only thing that's constant, which is a crazy statement to say. But yeah, that's everything I have for you guys today. leave a comment down below of something positive that happened to you. Leave a comment down below of your reason for laughing today. Leave a comment of something that made you laugh today. For me, it would be Tootie. Good old Tootie. Rolling in the dirt. I will put in a video. Thank you guys so much for being a part of my universe. Thank you for being a part of this community and for adding yourself to this space. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye, friends. Tootie, are you done swimming in the grass? What you doing? Nothing? Minding your own business? Are you being a good girl? Possibly? Alright, I'll leave you alone.